Good morning, everyone. It is my honor to introduce the 8th grade speech, the beloved Willow tradition, and one of the few that we were able to salvage from this crazy year. Each of our graduates brings a distinctive story and insight to his collective Willow experience. A special thanks to Dr. Corey Abate for her guidance in helping our 8th graders craft this year's speech. Just a reminder, can you please hold your applause until the end of the entire speech process? Thank you.
When our class first started to come up with a theme for our speeches, there were many topics to choose from: community, the virtues, and a few others. But our class chose friendship. Friendship best represented our class as a whole. Classmates from the original 4th grade class have come and gone, but the strong bonds of friendship with those of us remaining have stayed throughout. No matter how long we have been together, we have all become friends in the end, despite our differences in the beginning. Willow is the main reason why our unique differences develop into strong friendships. This school has been able to create long-lasting friendships by using concepts like the virtues and having teachers guiding us along the way. The small class sizes are what helped us the most in order to develop these bonds. As we start to grow, these friendships and concepts turn into who we are, and they guide us beyond Willow. As you'll hear in our speeches, as we depart to our own separate high schools, we will keep the friends wherever we will go. We hope you all enjoy this year's 8th grade speeches.
On that cold January day, I was feeling lonely. I was unsure if I could be successful in this new school and if the kids would accept me. Since it was mid-year, it was even more stressful because the other kids already had time to grow together. Even though I was new and they didn't know me, everyone immediately included me and made me feel accepted. They invited me to do math with them, and they invited me to play soccer with them during recess. These actions, even though small, made me feel welcomed and included. When I joined Willow, it was hard leaving my old friends, but I feel I have made friends here as well. These friends have helped me in ways that I couldn't help myself, such as how they have taught me to be more proactive in work. They have also taught me how to include others in my work and play. Every day at Willow, I learn more about myself and the world around me and what friendship really is. When leaving Willow, one of the most important lessons I am taking with me to high school is the virtues my friends have taught me.
Joe. This is how my visiting day ended at Willow on a sunny October Friday, with everyone surrounding me and chanting my name. I was a bit nervous because of the chanting at first, but then I realized how welcoming this was, since I did not like my previous school. Throughout my visit, I felt like this was a place where I was welcomed. I first went to a morning gathering, which was something I had never experienced before, and it was very amazing. It was incredible to see everyone together in one space so closely connected. Next in music, I played the xylophone, and I was able to connect with everyone through the beat. In math, we worked together on problems, and I was able to express my ideas and connect with my similarities. Lunch was where I met more people from the middle school, especially since students and teachers from different grades would eat together. I then had English, where the material and discussions were intriguing. Lastly, in chorus, we sang as a group and in union. By the end of the day, I felt appreciated and noticed by my classmates, but mostly connected to them. So when my mom woke me up, the first thing I said was, I want to go to the school. So next Monday, when I arrived at Willow again, I found my home for the rest of the middle school and connection with classmates who would become friends.
The first few months of my life at Willow, Toby and I hated each other. Yep, hated. I've never been good with finding friends and making connections with people, and my 4th grade self just hoped that someone else would reach out. Well, somehow, someone did. That person was none other than Toby Dickens. And even though I've had no friends, our relationship still went downhill from there. As Jack mentioned, our theme today is friendship. And the story I'm about to tell encompasses how my friendship with Toby has fluctuated. And yet, somehow, we are now friends. Toby and I would argue constantly about almost everything, from how much time was left in class to the point of a book we were reading. It was either that we were bickering or ignoring each other, and a deep hatred began to form. This distraction went on for months until it was finally brought to Mr. Lowe, the principal at that time. After multiple attempts to calm us down, he created a legal contract. Yes, an actual contract. We both had to sign a contract stating not just that we wouldn't argue, but that we would become friends. And so, our friendship started. Months and months passed, and as we both matured and grew, what began as an artificial friendship forced upon us soon transformed into a truth. Many different trips and activities, including the ice cream social and the adventure trip, brought everyone together and strengthened our friendship and place in the Willow community. We have evolved to the point in which we're all friends and all part of the Willow community, even though our class is split in half. 3 of us are from the original 4th grade class, and the other 3 only joined last year. Now, as I look beyond all the friendships I've created here, and I'm beginning to prepare for high school, I know I will continue to make friends and find more people like Toby, Jack, Jojo, Andrew, and Kevin in high school. And I'm confident that all of them will not require contracts.
The Illuminati is real. At least that is what I told Jack Marinelli. In 5th grade, I was sort of a strange person, and I did not fit in with the rest of the class. I also did not have many friends, and so I felt alone. One day, I wanted to annoy this kid in my class. His name was Jack M. I told him that the Illuminati was real, and of course this was a joke. This may not have been my best idea, but at least now I wasn't alone and actually felt like part of the class. I thought about dropping the topic. However, when I saw the frustrated reaction that I had been looking for, it encouraged me to not stop antagonizing him, and instead I continued to annoy him even further. This whole argument went on for about 2 weeks, until finally Miss Fontaine, our 5th grade teacher at the time, stepped in and said that we were never to mention the word Illuminati again, and that if we did, there would be severe consequences. As time went on, and I kept being in the same class as Jack M., I learned to actually appreciate and respect him. I started to get along with him better right after a big argument on physical play. This is when I learned that his dynamic with his 3 sisters was different to mine with 2 brothers. This was one of the key interactions as it helped me acquire a new appreciation for his different outlook. We began to hang out more and actually started to get along with each other. Of course, we didn't always act like friends, but at least now it was better than what it was in 5th grade. I strongly believe that I only became tolerant of Jack because of Willow's very welcoming and inclusive community. If I was at a different school, maybe one that was bigger, I would have just stayed away from him and separated myself. But it is because of Willow's deliberately small environment that I learned to respect and acknowledge Jack, if not as a friend, at least as a worthy classmate. When I am in high school and later on in life, I will probably feel alone again. But now, from this experience, I know how important it is to try and reach out and make friends. I also remember that friendships can come from unlikely encounters and conversations.
Two years ago, I had all of my lunches in the library because even though I could sit anywhere I pleased in the cafeteria, I would still remain ostracized. This is when I attended a public middle school with about 1,000 students in it, where I was not very happy. For me, becoming a student at the Willow School was an opportunity to leave a place that was bad for me, and I was very grateful for that opportunity. The era of Willow is one where people treat each other decently, include each other in conversations, and offer to help someone that appears to need it. As it was my music day, I did not take in much of what the lessons were about, but more important to me was talking to people my age who seemed interested in what I had to say and naturally treated me with respect. The point when I became fully committed to going to Willow was during lunch. During lunch, I felt accepted by my peers for the first time in a long time. All of this made me feel included and that I could finally make friends. The hope that gave me is what got me through the rest of my 6th grade year. Between me then and me standing before you now, I have changed for the better. I have grown more confident about myself and learned that people will accept me for who I am. I was only able to experience half a year of the Willow I came for, but even with the pandemic, I've still enjoyed my time at Willow and will remember going forward the friendships I made here.
Don't be the last one of the tree, my visit buddy said with a grin. I was in 3rd grade visiting Willow. I didn't know what this game was, as I had never played it before. It was called Infection. I was surprised I was so easily included into this community and how I sensed immediate belonging and friendship. I ran to the small playground in the middle of the woods and touched the rough, large tree. Maybe this place wasn't so bad after all. Maybe I would like it here. As I gazed at the woods and fields around me, I could see children across the lower school running and having fun. And at that moment, I could feel a sense of friendship. I could see the incredible wildlife from birds to trees, all that I had yet to learn about. Other children were building forts out of sticks and playing soccer on the muddy field. The last kid sighed as he touched a tree in defeat. He started counting down from 10, and I knew that I had to run. I slid down the slide and sprinted into the forest with a smile. The wind blew through my hair and the sun beat down my face as I ran into the deep woods. It was then that I realized that I was happy here. Mind maps, recess in the morning, and infection may have been alien to my 3rd grade mind, but I was certain that the kids I was experiencing all of these things with were going to be my true friends and that I was at home. These are the small moments that make Willow such a great community and have ultimately made me the person who is standing here today. Through the 5 years I have been here, I have learned about the idea of friendship, community, and the virtues. Although I may be leaving Willow, I will take the memories, the friends, and the skills that I've learned from this very special place along with me. I will miss it here. From the day I visited to today, Willow has created a wonderful experience that I'm grateful to have had. Now, as I move into high school, I do not know what to expect, like my visit day. But as long as I use what I've learned along the way, I'll be ready for the challenges that await, so long as I'm not lost to the tree.
This beautiful place that we call Willow has prepared us in the direction that we are heading to. It has made us environmental abettors, taught us how to abide by many virtues, and encouraged us to be diligent with our tasks. Principally due to the global pandemic this year, has been complicated and different. The use of masks has changed our lives and who we are. However, it has not changed our connections with each other. Yet, no matter how complicated this year and the past years have been, Willow has prepared us for the ones to come, and the friendships we'll find there.